Hello indie game fan, I love the Steam Next Festival since it allows me to discover new indie games, so here are 10 never before seen games on this channel, beginning with Darkest Abyss, a Classicvania title that is the throwback to the original Castlevania games, being more linear action platformers as compared to the later entries like Symphony of the Night, and where this developer is known for their throwback pixel art and have absolutely nailed the visuals. I have a couple of interesting strategy games here, such as Micegard, an adventure strategy title in which you command mice in a Norse mythology-inspired world going on an epic saga and looks good. This video is brought to you by OVERLODE, a roguelite defense RTS title, which is a very interesting mix of ideas in which you command a squad of clones used to protect autonomous mobile harvesters as they go about mining a powerful energy source named Asmonite on alien planets due to humanity's never-ending quest for energy. Of course, the local aliens named Arcanids are not happy about it, with your guns and turrets standing between them and your goals. This does have survivor-style elements to it, in having enemies swarm you from all sides in large numbers, but critically, it's not really a bullet heaven title. Rather, your clone soldiers act on their own accord, choosing their own targets and with accuracy based on their level and weapon proficiency. And you, as the commander, place down cards in real time using these special abilities to help fight off the aliens. It has a roguelite campaign which spans across 3 unique planets, leveling and RPG-style elements for your clone soldiers, intense nail-biting strategic action in every mission, and endless replayability due to procedural generation, as well as an ascension system for additional difficulty modifiers. So if interested, play the demo, which is part of the Steam Next Festival, and wishlist the game on Steam via the link in the description below. I absolutely fell in love with this title when the developer shared it with me on Twitter, in which Beacon Patrol is a cooperative and relaxing tile-laying exploration title that resembles physical board games like Carcassonne, in which you are drawing and placing down tiles to expand the map. It looks awesome and the cooperative focus is interesting, since Carcassonne was all about thinking how you could outmaneuver your opponent, so let's see if they manage to pull it off. A local multiplayer competitive party game that looks awesome is Bopl Battle, in which you play as strange blob-like creatures that just so happen to have a variety of deadly weapons at their disposal. These include a shrink ray and even the ability to create a black hole which sucks everything in, including the platforms in the level. As such, it looks like absolute chaos and looks like fun with friends, and has, for good reason, gained quite a bit of attention, so give the demo a shot. I told you that I had a number of strategy games, with Emplacement being another such title, being a competitive turn-based strategy title meets city builder, mixing tactical action with building out your empire. Sure, it's not a very in-depth city builder, but mixing in these elements of expansion with training troops and going on the offense is interesting, and of course, the simple but effective pixel art won me over, so go give this game a try. The third-person action RPG title Kristala is an interesting one since it was on Kickstarter a couple of weeks ago and had an initial target of $10,000, but they managed to raise more than 10 times that, so it looks like development should be pretty comfortable on this. Set in the world of cat people, you have to master 6 magical specialties in order to join the ranks of fabled warriors in this society, and in the process, find the source of a curse that has turned the creatures of the planet into horrible monsters. It looks rather impressive, with the developers sharing some interesting facts about the game on Twitter, such as the cat's eyes changing in response to the amount of light. Additionally, while it looks like a Souls-like game and does have everyone's favourite backstab, I don't think that it has a stamina system, but might have a posture meter like Sekiro, and sure looks very promising, although they chose a very early Steam Next Festival for the projected release in Q4 2024. Of course, one advantage that Chrysalis has over other games is that it uses pixel art, and while not smack bang amazing gorgeous, it does look alright and is better than those asset flip looking titles, and where this roguelite defense title does have Survivors style games inspiration, but is more focused on defending the Chrysalis and has procedurally generated monsters as well, so what's not to love? Alright, one look at this game and I'm sure you know which game it is inspired by, which is of course the mega hit that is Stacklands, a card-based management strategy simulation title in which you're placing cards on top of other cards to activate them, and the same can be said for Witch Hand. However, developer John Nielsen has made some interesting games, and this title in particular has some really pretty art in which you play as a witch, leading your coven into new unfriendly lands. The core concept is similar to other games, but it looks beautifully executed and is certainly of interest to me. I've had this title in my back pocket for a little bit, having first come to know of it around the Tokyo Game Show period, so this is a good time to highlight Commaggio Remilia 2 Stranger's Requiem, the sequel to Commaggio Remilia Scarlet Symphony, where these games were originally released in 2009 and 2010, both getting remastered for modern platforms. Instead of Rimu, you play as Sakuya in this, the same knife-throwing, time-stopping maid character as in Touhou Lunar Nights, but where this resembles the earlier Castlevania games in being more linear, but is of interest nonetheless. I cannot believe that I've not come across this title before, since you guys know me, I grew up with Pokemon and Dragon Warrior monsters, so I have a soft spot for monster taming RPGs, of which Anode Heart is one such game, but interestingly has a semi-open world design. It is set in a world in which digital and analog realities have become indistinguishable, in which you play as a robot, befriending and using digital creatures born in the net that have begun to materialize in the overworld, seeking answers on your own identity, having some good monster designs that is kind of like Koromon, with the full version going to have 140 plus such creatures, and it's always a joy to discover their designs, where you can find more Steam Next Festival selections in this video.